Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to That Time I Got Reincarnated in Minecraft. Last time, we went ahead and fought Charybdis and got some cool new abilities and a whole lot of extra max magicules. And, what were they again? What did Charybdis give us specifically? We got Ultra Speed Regeneration, which is really nice, and then we got a couple other things that I am currently forgetting. Magic manipulation and gravity manipulation. So we can now fly, and magic manipulation lets us get rid of bad effects. Um, but that's not all we got last time. So we killed some slimes, and we got Predator, which in turn also gave us Gluttony. So we went over that, how those are amazing abilities to let you steal things. Then we started going over some of the new stuff we got last time in the form of... what was it? Actually, no, I never went over any of the new skills I got using Predator last time, did I? I just went over Predator itself when it was a very long one, so I let it go for this time. But yeah, we got some cool new skills that I still have to go over. I actually have them up and ready to read out in a moment. But between episodes, might want to go over this first. As you can probably tell where I am, and based off the number of arrows in me, I've been doing some soul gathering. And we're now up to 1200 berserker kills. I was testing out some things because I have access to the analyst skill, but the analyst command, but I didn't remember what it did. But I'm just shy of 1000 berserker kills now. So this is now very strong. I'm gonna kill that slime in a second. And with gluttony on, so I can get some extra cool abilities that we haven't seen yet. I need to turn off Berserker now. The boosts are insane. Where are they? Lurks there. Haste 5, Resistance 2, Strength 7, Speed boost, can't even tell, Jump boost 6. And we're not even maxed out yet, so that's fairly good. But before we get into today, where I'm gonna kill that slime and steal its abilities. And then there's another Otherworlder over there that I want to steal the abilities of as well. We'll go over all that in a moment. Let's go over the skills we got at the end of last time. Starting with Analyst, which is the other skill you get from the same Otherworlders that gives you Dilettante. And I knew they gave it to you. It's pretty simple. It gives you Entities Analysis 2, or Materials Analysis 2, and Entities Analysis 3. Pretty straightforward. Next up on the list, let's take a look at Heat Sense. It's an intrinsic skill. This, for 20 magicals, allows you to see mobs through blocks within a 20... It gives a range of 20 to 25 blocks, from where you can see, I guess. Then we have Fire Breath. Breathe fire in like a 7-block range, basically the same as Thunder Breath we saw when we were still a Dragonute. Basically the same skill, but fire instead of lightning or thunder. And then finally, at the end of last time, we got a hold of Noxious Breath. This actually has a bit more to it. So now we're now permanently immune to poison. For 50 magicals, we have a poison breath attack in the same vein as these. And then we can right-click on an entity with poison in order to cure it. I'm fairly certain that's how it works. So, kind of interesting, kind of cool. Some new ranged attacks we can always check out. But that's about what happened between last time and this time. And I was gathering the souls specifically for the purpose of playtime. There it is. We're up to now 69 and a bit. I was hoping to be able to gather enough souls so that I could make it to 100 for their final regular demon evolution before moving on to demon lord evolution. But this slime right here, we're not quite done with it because we're gonna eat it. And now we get the skill Absorb and Dissolve. This one's a good one. There's a bit to this one, so let me go pull it up real quick. Okay, so Absorb and Dissolve, I guess, was a little bit simpler than I remembered it being. So basically, hunger. We will never drop below 7 or 8 of the little legs there. So that's pretty good. We're already fairly good on food as it is. We don't have to worry about that eating stuff. That's that's for not for people of our caliber. Rah, whatever. Also, we cannot drown. We don't use air. And absorb. If you have the skill Predator, we do. You can right-click a mob with 5 HP or less and instantly kill them, and basically eat them instantly. They should be able to do it with a chicken? Yep, instantly eat a chicken. Okay. Not that impressive, but still a pretty decent skill. I'm not too upset about having it on hand. But I'm not gonna stay killing you for much longer. But I did accidentally manage to trap an otherworlder in this pit that I want to kill. It's the giant armored one with a hammer. I think you have a cool skill. Yep, our Dangerous has reached the goal, Investigator. Let me get away from the noise of that place. They almost hit me. Good job. But one more skill to go over. The rest of this series is going to be a lot of skill things, because we were picking them up occasionally, but now we have a Predator skill. A plundering skill, so they're gonna come left, right, and center for the rest of the series, basically. But Investigator's a cool one. Let's pull it up. Okay, so now I have it pulled up. Investigator gives you Materials Analyst 1. Not very useful to us. We don't care about that. Same with Entities Analyst 2. But then, when you put it in the active skill slots... Which one is it? It's this one right here. When using the ability, it will show you the target name, owner, EP, magicals, and hubs of whatever you health of whatever you're looking at. So let's put that there. That should be my X button. And I should be able to just run over to a name, Otherworlder, 31,000 EP, 28,000 magicals, 40 health. So we outclass you just a little bit now. But finally, the Investigator skill gives us access to /analyst. And if we do search Charybdis, analyst /analyst search Charybdis. It's the only thing the analyst skill is actually used for, despite it being a full command. No Charybdis aura found. If we're within 500 blocks of a Charybdis cave, it will just show us where one is. So that is pretty decent. But anyway, there's another cool ability on board. And I think we're good to head off from here. There was a Shizu running around, but I think the pillagers finally managed to take her down. I don't think I need to kill anything else in the area right this second. I'm not going to stay here forever just gathering souls. We have other things to do today. As today, I want to find a Shizu and beat her. Because I want to eat Shizu, actually. Let's not sugarcoat it. We want to eat her and steal her skills, because she has a skill called Degenerate, which in turn will allow us to get a hold of a spirit for ourselves. So many slimes now. Don't have a purpose to eat you, but might as well. That is also the one issue with Gluttony in Predator. It steals drops and experience along with at the cost. Wow, words are hard. It guarantees skill drops at the cost of experience and items. So for if you're killing a bunch of zombies or whatnot, obviously we can't in this world. It's fine. That's not much experience, and you don't really care about the rotten flesh from a zombie all that much. But for a lot of these modded enemies, they have some decent drops, guaranteed amounts of emeralds and then some other cool stuff. So giving that up every single time is a bit rough. But and they drop so much experience, so at times we're gonna have to switch Gluttony over to this mode instead. Ugh, this is actually, I just thought of something. I'm in a bit of a conundrum. I have too many skills now. I'm kind of stuck with Gluttony, Berserker, and Gluttony, Berserker, Healer, because those are my 3 strongest skills. But there are so many other cool skills I wish I could use at the same time. I suppose that will do for now. Oh, I could turn back on Retaliator now at this point. I have so many Magicules. Whoops. I forgot I had Bad Omen for a second. Sorry. Didn't mean to start a raid in your town. Bye. Anyways, let's head back home to... I was about to say head back home to base real quick, but no. One of my goals for today is looking for a Shizu, and I know where there's actually a couple hanging out in the mesa that's up here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. Where's this mesa? Past the pillager place. I started going south for some reason. But when I was like flying off this way, I actually saw a couple of them hanging out. That's musician. Hold on. There you are, friend. Oh, thank you for coming to me. I'll gladly take another skill. Musician! As I said, skills will be coming left, right, and center from now on. So, let me pull off here and go check that one out. Okay, so I have preemptively changed healer out real quick. Oh, what is that? Oh, hi, Lionheart. Hi, Lionheart. So, musician. If I sneak click it, it'll, for 50 Magicules, is that what it said? Yep. Sneak and activate, give the user the position of every entity in a 20 block radius. I don't know if there's... Wrong button. That one. There's actually nothing within 20 blocks, but if I go a little bit closer... Oh, there's an Otherworlder right front down. If the range was a little bit longer, that would be semi-useful. But also, if you just regular click it, for 250 Magicules, it will deal 10 damage to every entity in a 10 block radius, ignoring resistance and armor. So basically 10 free damage to anything nearby. So, probably shouldn't be using that around things you care about. But if you're completely surrounded by enemies, like using that on the pillagers would be a good idea while collecting souls. So, that's actually a decent soul to keep in mind. I'm going to switch it back out for healer in a second, but that should, be helpful. There's another one of you. You have a different weapon, but do you give the same investigator skill? I don't know. I'm curious now. Yep, no new skill from you, so I guess you must. But, let me change back out healer. And then give me just 1 second, I'll be right back. Oops, sorry about that. Had to go get a drink and then write something down so I remembered it real quick. But anyways, somewhere's in this mesa, I don't remember exactly where I saw them. There should be a Shizu. Actually, there's a few of them I saw while flying past. Where were they? Because there are next targets. Don't think they were near that. I really wish I could just say, like, I really wish I could use the investigator skill to do search. Ugh, words are hard. Like a mob name. Like if I could search for Shizu, it would be very nice. Where did they go? I saw a few of them. I just can't find them now. Are they near the airship? Huh. Where were they? Might have to go running around searching for them a bit more. I could have sworn they would be right around this region. There were like 3 or 4 of them hanging out, and I just can't find them anymore. Rude game. Oh, well, guess I'll have to wait on that then. Unless they're right over here. Nope, don't see them. Oh, hold on. Never mind. Hey, Shizu. Sorry, friend. We're gonna have to eat you. I could already beat Shizu fairly well. Actually, Shizu's not the threat here. I can... Hi, Ifrit! Oh, fire manipulation and molecular manipulation. I didn't realize I would get those just for beating Shizu, but I guess so. Give me the sword. Sorry, Ifrit. Oh, wow. Ifrit's not... Game is not happy right now. I don't need Berserk to do this, but it will make it a lot faster. Come on. What is going on? Is there a dragon nearby or something? Who are you? Perceiver. Interesting. There we go. So I was expecting one. I was expecting one new skill there. I was not expecting to get 5 just by fighting Shizu and then getting interrupted. So, time to go over that list. But we are very strong. Remember when Shizu was kind of a threat? That was... She is no longer a kind of a threat. We are very much stronger than we used to be. But, what did we actually get? Fire manipulation, molecular manipulation, perceiver, ranged barrier, and degenerate. The one I care about most is degenerate, but obviously we're going to go through everything. Let's go in order, so I guess I got a few things to pull up. One moment. Okay, so there's a lot of skills going on here at once with a lot of information about them. So let's go in order, shall we? Starting with fire manipulation. I don't remember, is it an extra skill, I think? Yep. I think it can actually evolve into black flame, but I don't remember how. But anyway, fire manipulation on its own, it's an active skill. That, it makes me fire immune. It basically has an upgraded version of the attack from Flame Breath. It does a little bit more damage and has a little bit longer range, I'm fairly certain. And then it has an ability called Fire Cloak, where if I right-click it in hand, I can put whatever item I'm holding in my hand. Or, let me just test it real quick. Where it's the ability in my front slot, if I press the button... Nope. I should now have auto smelt on my pickaxe. Or I'm supposed to, at least. Actually, now I'm a little bit concerned. This might not work because I have a modded pickaxe. But, let me find somewhere I can go down. Nope, that's not working. It worked on my sword to give it, fire aspect. Because, you know, my sword doesn't already have fire aspect. That's rather useful. So I guess it won't work on this pickaxe, but it would give a pickaxe auto smelt. But, after flame manipulation, we then have molecular manipulation. This is actually one of the 2 things that goes into making magic manipulation. With this, when I activate it, I can pick up any block within 24 blocks. And then it also gives me Magic Heal Boost 1, but I already have like Magic Heal Boost 3, so that's kind of irrelevant. I only have Magic Heal Boost 2. But basically, if you had just this skill, you can pick up any block within 25 blocks of you just by hitting the button. And it gives you a little bit faster Magic Heal regen. So not much to it, but kind of cool. Next up, after molecular manipulation, we have... Oops. Accidentally minimized the game. Perceiver. This was one I was actually looking at, and I've never used it before, but it's kind of interesting. So where is it on this list? Here it is. That can go on the first one. So, Perceiver. For 25 magic cools, you can study an entity, which will give you 1 study point on the target. And then there's some info on, like, it has a 10-second cooldown, or whatever. But then, can I use it on you? Studying the target. Studying the target. I can just do this a couple of times on, like, cooldown. And now that I'm building up study points on these enemies that are attacking me. And so I now have a chance to dodge their skills. It's a chance to dodge their attacks equal to the study points we have divided by their current health. I feel like I should have gotten hit there, but didn't. So if I just rack up a whole bunch of study points against an enemy, Like, if I were using Perceiver and I somehow managed to sneak up on Hinata, and then just start spamming this against her and, like, avoiding all of her hits, that would be very nice to not dying to Hinata. But, it's interesting in theory, probably pretty difficult to work into practice. But there's that. Next up is Ranged Barrier. Is that an intrinsic skill? That was an extra skill, but I don't see it in here. Ranged Barrier, right, here it is. Basically, I put up a barrier. This one is exactly what it sounds like. Like, it's this. It's a little rainbow see-through, kind of invisible blocks that go away after only a few seconds. So, range barrier's kind of boring. There's not really much to it. But hey, we do it for every skill. I'm not going to just skip over this one because it's boring. But, that just leaves Degenerate, which is the whole reason we were going after Shizu to begin with. I believe it has an active ability, but we're probably not going to be using it. I don't remember. So, this one I did not leave. For most of them, I just wrote oops, dropped my notebook. I wrote cliff notes on my notebook. But for this one, I have the whole thing open because there's a lot of information. But basically, Degenerate, it gives us access to synthesis and separation. We can actually access that through here. It's this symbol. Hopefully I don't accidentally cover it up. Then we have this new thing here, and it gives us a few things to do. We can combine two items with equal enchantments in order to get a higher level enchantments. So if we had, and it would actually let us bypass the regular top spot for enchantment levels. So if we had two sharpness 5 swords, we could put them together in there in order to get sharpness 6, which is kind of cool. Then, and then it moves on. Why does it move on from that into something else when we would still need to be in this screen for something else? I'll skip over to the next part for a second. Just to say that we can put the different blocks in here too, and like different spots in order to get other things. So like we can put cobble and diorite together to get us andesite. We can make diorite using quartz and cobble. It's a lot of the cobble andesite diorite stuff going on. Coarse dirt, glistening melons, all that stuff. You can turn a notch apple into 8 blocks of gold in an apple. There's a lot in here. It's basically it has some like basic. It puts thing in, get things out basically. But I'll go back to the thing I just skipped. Using with Ifrit and Charybdis. So basically, if Ifrit is below half health, you can right-click on him, and you'll have a chance to just sort of fuse him into your body. So you'll get like a magic heal boost, not a huge one, because Ifrit's not that powerful. And then some of the skills, but we already have the skills, so that's kind of not that important. But there's also a chance you just die if it doesn't work. And it's basically the same thing for Charybdis. If you find an inactive Charybdis core, you can just right-click it on instead of activating Charybdis and fighting it and killing it to get in the abilities. But I mean, fighting Charybdis is the more fun thing. It's not the more easy thing, obviously. But yeah, you can basically for free fuse with Charybdis just by finding the core. Again, chance to die, and you'll get a bunch of the skills that we already have and some extra magic tools. That's kind of interesting. But the last super important thing about Degenerate, that I'm kind of why I wanted it. If you have Gluttony, which we have, and a high entities analysis skill, which we have, you can do Spirit Fusing, which I believe actually becomes a new thing on here. No? I thought it would be part of Gluttony's thing. Well, I guess we can just go see it in person and see how it works. So, let's actually. I thought that was a Shizu down there for a second. I don't know why I got so excited for seeing a Shizu down there for a second even, actually. Oh well. Well, let's head back to the labyrinth for a second. I want to go spirit fusing. Game, you feeling okay? There we go. I think it's working itself back out. I'm so... ugh. Maybe. Game's still not apparently super happy. Why can I not move? Facial blockade, that makes sense. That's supposed to be there, but why do I feel so slow? Anyways, we saw him back in the hallway there, and then we basically run back to the edge. Run back to this end, and it brings us back to this room. We were here before. We just get to skip fighting the Colossus again, but it does spawn back in. I would have to actually remove an advancement from myself before I could do that. And yeah, there's an advancement you get for beating him. I would have to remove it before fighting him again. But then we're back here. So now, how does spirit fusing again? We need to recheck this. Spirit fusing is an ability, a skill mode of gluttony, only obtainable if the player has gluttony and is chosen by any greater spirit. Huh. I have to be chosen by a spirit? I thought I could just... Huh. I thought I could use gluttony to make a spirit and... How does this work? I thought I could just... Can I not do this? I could have sworn I could. One second, I need to double check how this works, because I thought I would be able to... I'm a demon, so I can't be chosen by a spirit. But I thought I could go find a spirit and steal the lesser spirits here and turn them into a spirit for myself using gluttony. Maybe I can't? Let me double check the info on this. Huh. I've been looking at the info on this, and it's very weird and makes no sense why this doesn't work. So basically, I can't do what I'm trying to do because I wasn't chosen by a greater spirit. But the whole point of this process that I am trying to do is that I wasn't chosen by a greater spirit. So I'm supposed to grab lesser spirits to create a random lesser spirit. A random greater spirit. So the problem is, I can't have a greater spirit because I need to have a greater spirit. What nonsense are you on, game? Like, what sense does that make? I'm so confused. I'm curious, if I go get Ifrit, can I come back and do this? Will I be able to spirit fuse if I have a spirit already? Maybe I have to go beat a Shizu first. Hold on. Let's go try and find a Shizu and test this theory out. This is weird and silly, and I don't understand why it would work like this. Like, this is such a weird requirement. The whole reason you would go through all this trouble to get a spirit is because you weren't chosen by a spirit. So what sense does it make to have a requirement be to be chosen by a spirit? I don't understand it. But, let me see if I can't go find a Shizu real quick, beat her up, and steal her fire spirits. So, I'll see you in a bit after I've gone some hunting and hopefully found her, and it doesn't take too long. Unless I have something else to do in the meantime. Because, otherwise I'm just... Hold on. There was actually something else I had wanted to do, but got totally sidetracked by like a million other abilities coming up on today. I went through all the trouble before starting the recording to get all of those goals. Hold on, let's go kill a dragon. Berserker. Where'd you go? Your nest is in the village. 40 damage per swing. I did not mean to eat him. Whoops. I wanted the experience and stuff, but oh well. Anyways, got distracted by that. I had gone through all the work before we started recording today to gather all those souls. 1,227. Because I had wanted to turn that into playtime to see if we couldn't get to the 100, and then I never did. So, soul playtime, soul exchange. That one have to be caps sensitive? I don't remember. Let's start with 300. 600 minutes. That should be 10 hours. Playtime. Yep. I can do that again, which should bring us to 89. Do it one more time, brings us up to 99. And so we need 0.35 more hours. Is 27 enough to get me there? That should be just shy of another hour. So, playtime, 100 hours. There we go. So, I actually don't know what my current level is. I forgot I needed to gather levels because I need it for evolution. But, one second. I want to go double check the requirements to become the final evolution of demon. So, one moment. Let me pull that up as well. And then we're going to try to find a Shizu. Okay, so I pulled back up the requirements to become a demon peer. I believe it's called a demon peer. And then you become a devil lord? Is that what it is? Yeah, I become a demon peer and then devil lord. Yeah, I had it right. Did I find another one of these trees without meaning to? I think I did. Whoops, I just sort of started flying and then it popped up in front of me like, oh, hold on, I know what that is. But anyways, to become a demon peer, is this a third one? Now I find them. I mean, it only took us one episode when we went looking, but still, a bit rude that we find we know where 3 of them are now when we only care about 1. Anyways, I distracted myself. You become a demon peer, as I stop and wait for the game to load. We need 10 named subordinates. That's easy enough. We can just go name a few more lizards. We need 90 levels. We are 33 away. Yeah, that's a bit, but it won't take us too long if we just find a collection, yeah, of otherworlders and don't fully eat them. So, a little tricky, but pretty easily done. Then we need to have, where is it? I scrolled down a little bit and lost where I was. 100 hours playtime, we just got that. A Sin series skill, we just got a hold of Gluttony yesterday. And then the Demon Lord seed, we got that when we ate the Orc Disaster. Or when we defeated the Orc Disaster, not ate him. Although I think there are extra skills we can get from the Orc Disaster, so we might want to go eat him. There's one right by our base, and we are more than strong enough to go beat him as is now. Where did Berserker go? Go away. Thank you for the experience, but now go away. Actually, I was about to say Orc Disaster should give us some decent experience, but if I'm trying to get skills off him, I have to use Gluttony and not and give up the experience. Any Shizus around before I teleport home? Or are we just heading back for right now? Looks like I'm just heading back. So, wrong button. So let's head back to base. Game's not super happy today for some reason. I got super nervous for a second when I did that. I forgot I could just pick that up with one punch like that. I'm gonna sleep real quick. Obviously, we don't have enough experience. Let's go eat the Orc Disaster real quick, actually. Hold on. Where's my... I want to bring the battery, and I want to bring the Staff of Explosions. Is in here. We're going to try this one again. We're going to try to aim perfectly and not miss by a single block to see if it will do anything. That's not a great spot for me to try to hit. Will the rest of the orcs come at me if I stand right here? Wow, game is seriously not happy today. Come on. Hey, rude. You're an awful spot for me to do this. Explosion! I forgot to turn this on. Why is it empty? Oh, you're kidding me. You are actually kidding me. Why did that just happen? Why did it randomly go down to 100 Mahu up from the, like, 50 some on thousand I had stored up? It randomly lost all its Mahu, and then he, just stole it. Then he destroyed it, not stole it. That is infuriating. That sucks. I don't even think I can cheat and give myself back to Mahu. I don't know how. Because I very much want to, because otherwise we're never doing anything with Mahu, because my only hope was to use that saved up stuff before we end off the series. But I'm coming to the end of the series pretty quickly anyways. There's no way I have enough time to save up that much Mahu again. I suppose Mahu will just be used in another series at some point where we can properly show it off. Anyways, you are being eaten because of that. I was already planning on eating you, but whatever. Yeah, remember when the orc disaster was an issue? Yeah, he's no longer an issue. Same, just like Shizu. Really? I thought you had another skill you could give me. What was I thinking of? But, not in there. What was the skill I was thinking of called? Gourmet. I thought I got gourmet when I, plundered the, orc lord, or orc disaster, but I guess not. Interesting. Oh well, thought I had... I don't think gourmet is an awesome move, but it would still be it would have been cool to have another one just to say I did. Oh well. Anyways, I guess last thing I want to do today, I still want to get spirit fusion down. I guess I'm waiting to see and hoping that a Shizu spawns so I can steal her Ifrit if the game decides to be friendly. Hello, assassin friend. You are now spatial blockaged, so you can no longer escape me. I want your skill. Time to eat. Thank you for the skill, Traveler. I still haven't found a Shizu yet. I've sort of just been killing a bunch of otherworlders trying to gain experience as I, like, kind of hunt around. But, I saw a skill we don't have yet, so I, thought I'd take a second to, go gather that. So let me pause up on a hill over here so that I can pull up Traveler and we can take a look at it together, shall we? Okay, so I have it up. Turns out that the move we just got, Traveler, is just a better version of Oppressor, basically. So let's replace Healer for a second. So, Traveler. To start with, Spectator Merge. Same thing we had with, I'm now forgetting what it's called. Oppressor. Turn off spatial blockage. Turn into Spectator mode, and turn back to survival when you touch a mob, or when you sneak, or get out of it. So, once again, we can just do... Oh, that's teleport. It also has a teleport. Same range system, too. It's the exact same teleportation. But, when I shift-click, I'm in Spectator mode again. Hey, look, Shizu! That works. Accidentally teleported right on top of her. But, don't run away anywheres. Spectator, teleporting. And then I can change the group. I can change the mode on it to Traveler Group to teleport with surrounding entities, or whatever I'm looking at. And then I can do /spatial move to teleport to specific coordinates. So, spatial move, travel X 100, Y 100, Z 100, or whatever. And I'll just move to that location as if I was using the /TP command. So, yeah, all in all, basically just a better version of Oppressor, except I can't use spatial blockage. But, hey, Shizu. Don't get carried away. Degenerate needs to go in there. And then I need an open hand and right-click Ifrit when he's below half health. Sorry, Shizu. Ah. Come on, Ifrit. Berserk. I should be able to get him below half health very easily. I believe he's already below half health. And then I say right-click, right? Synthesis failed. Synthesis failed. The successor of flames. Hi, Shizu. Control the flame giant Ifrit. There we go. So we don't get any of the real buffs I would be after for getting a spirit. But now that we have Ifrits, I believe fire skills get an extra boost. I don't know the exact workings on it. I don't want to... Let's see. Spirits in Tensura. Now that we have Ifrit, the fire spirit, I believe all of our... where is it? Where's the information I'm looking at? If I didn't have it already, I would have just gotten fire manipulation. And now... Boost points add... Okay. So now I have 10 boost points in any fire skill. 1 boost point gives an extra half point of damage. So, actually, Ifrit is special because he gives 10 instead of the normal 5. So basically, any fire move I do now will boost the damage of... Yeah. So, like, fire manipulation. It has the flamethrower effect, basically. It will now do an extra 5 points of damage because I have 10 boost points, each one doing an extra half point of damage on top of what it would normally do. So, that's kind of cool. I'm not using much in the way of fire abilities. I basically have 3 really good abilities that I use all the time, and then I basically put something else in just to test it. Like I am about to do now by putting healer back in its spot. But now we have a greater spirit. I go back to the labyrinth. Spirit fusing, there it is. I just had to get a spirit before I can do that. Actually don't know if I can have multiple different types of spirits. This will be a new one. But I just want to test the thing out. Basically, I go up here with spirit fusing, what I was trying to do at the beginning of the episode. I look up and then I use shift and then I use the skill spirit fusing. And any lesser spirits nearby will be absorbed. And I can actually check how many spirits I have by doing /spirits. Why didn't you autocomplete? Spirits lesser. I have 7 spirits. As soon as I have 100, I will get a hold of a greater spirit. So, I want to do this before we end off the episode. This won't take too long. I just have to keep doing this for a moment. I'll see you once it happens. Okay, we're up to 92 spirits. Next time I do this, I just sit here for a moment, let them build up. When I press this button, in just a moment, a great spirit of water has been created from 100 spirits. So now we have the greater water spirit Undyne. Shift right click to fuse, cannot be dropped. Shift right click, there we go. Ardendris has reached the goal water manipulation. This great spirit of water chose you. Ardendris has completed the challenge Spirit Master. I have black flame because I got water? Like, what? How does that work? Red is lame, right? Be chosen by great spirits. You have obtained the extra skill black flame just from getting a spirit. So basically, I now have water and fire, so all my water things also have a boost. And I could just keep doing that until I got all the elemental spirits, and it will be a lot stronger now. So, let's take a look at water manipulation and black flame before we end off. I'm kind of sad I got water, actually, because I could get water manipulation because I have Predator if I just do /consume water. But, anyways, let's look at water manipulation and then black flame, and then we'll end off. So, one moment. Okay, so let's start with water manipulation. I just replaced, Gluttony with it for just a split moment. So, water manipulation. While in the water, we get water breathing, luck, and conduit power. I still have no idea what conduits even do, and they're a base game item. Then for 20 magicals, when we right click, we can place water down. I'm not going to do that here. We get a water boost on sprinting. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Maybe if I'm sprinting in water, I go extra fast. And finally, water cannon. For 5 magicals or 5 water points. Water points you acquire by consuming water through Predator. But we haven't built any of those up just yet. So it would cost magicals when we press the button. We get a water cannon, much in the same way as our fire breath and whatnot. So it's kind of cool. It's extra stuff if you're doing stuff in the water. But let me pull up Black Flame as well. Is that an extra skill? I don't know. Yes, it is. So that will go in the main spot. Let me pull that up as well. Okay, so Black Flame, it's a cooler one. I thought there was something cool about it, but despite the fact that it has black fire, but there's something else about it too, but we'll go in order. So basically, it gives us immunity to regular fire and the black flames that we've seen before. The ones that you get from using a magical flint and steel on the crying obsidian, and you use that for the demon steel ritual. Basically, we're immune to that fire now because we can now place it, but more on that in a second. Now, when we do our flyer attack, it's Black Flame instead, which is a lot hotter. It costs more magicals, but that stuff's not going out. I believe that stuff burns in water even for a second, if I remember correctly. Like, I have to right-click on an entity with Black Flame in order to put it out. But once again, we have the same thing where we can put fire aspect on any sword if we right-click with it in hand. And now we'll do Black Flame instead of the regular flame. And if I right-click the ground, I can put Black Flames. That's the last thing for that. But Black Flame has another special thing, in that it has a sort of break-off skill, but it's not counted in the same way. Since we have Ranged Barrier, I forgot there was a reason to actually get that skill, and Black Flame, if I press the change mode button, I get that instead. Let's call it Demon Flare, shall we? So, Demon Flare is, very cool. How did I close it out? Also, I got Black Flame specifically because I had water manipulation as well as fire manipulation. Because I have degeneration and combustion. Yeah, I literally fused all the skills together to get this one. But anyways, the Demon Flare, as we're calling it for right now. It's basically the same thing. I can do the thing where I can put Black Flame on this, and I'm immune to Dark Fires. Well, that's the same, but that's the only thing that's the same. Because we now have an extra cool move. For 2,000 magicals, we put a Dark Fireball. I won't get burned by it, but it stays for a moment, and anything that walks in gets severely burned. I want to test that against an enemy now, but I think we'll have to do that next time. So, today, most of what I wanted to accomplish got done. I got all the souls I need, so next time we just need to gather some levels and then name some subordinates, and we'll be able to evolve from there. I got spirits today. I can actually get more just by doing spirit fusing. Should I get a hold of all the different elemental spirits? I might do that. It might take me a bit because it's random odds. I can just sit in here, spirit fusing like this for a little bit until I get a copy of each one. So that would be cool. That would get me a lot of the extra skills like wind manipulation and earth manipulation. I thought there was another manipulation, but I don't know how you get it. Oh no, there are multiple different types of spirits. The only spirit I will never be able to get a hold of right now is the light spirit, because you need to be a human and you need to be specifically chosen. But anyways, with that, looking at the time, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody.